You check your phone before you even open your eyes. Your mind belongs to strangers before it belongs to you. This is not freedom. This is invisible slavery. You scroll without thinking. You compare without choosing. You react to people who will never know your name. Your peace is auctioned off every morning. 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor figured out something that would make him delete every app on your phone today. By the end of this video, you will understand why. Marcus Aurelius ruled the largest empire on earth. He had access to every pleasure, every distraction, every voice that wanted his attention. He chose silence instead. You wake up and immediately consume the opinions of 1,000 strangers. He woke up and wrote one quiet sentence to himself. That difference is the entire war. Your nervous system was not built for this. 10,000 microjudgments before breakfast, 10,000 tiny emotional spikes you did not consent to. You feel tired but cannot explain why. You feel anxious but cannot point at the cause. The cause is the feed you scrolled at 7 a.m. You read a comment from a stranger and carry it into your meeting. You see a photo of someone's vacation and feel poor in your own life. This is theft. Marcus would call this the loss of your inner citadel, the fortress inside your mind that no outside force should ever breach. You hand over the keys for free. He wrote in his meditations that the soul takes on the color of its thoughts. If your thoughts come from an algorithm, your soul takes on its color. Pause and think about that. Your inner world is being painted by people optimizing for your attention, not your well-being. They do not love you. They measure you. But the Stoics took this idea even further than most people realize. They believed your attention is the most sacred thing you own. Guard it like a kingdom. Epictetus, born a slave in chains, said something brutal. He said most people are slaves not to masters but to their own untrained impressions. Sound familiar yet? You see a notification and your hand moves before your mind decides. That is not a free human. That is a trained animal responding to a bell. Marcus would recognize this instantly. He warned himself daily about being pulled by every passing impression. He called it the disturbance of the ruling faculty. The ruling faculty is your power to choose your response. Social media is engineered to bypass it. Every swipe trains you to react without choosing. This is where the Stoic concept of the dichotomy of control becomes urgent. You can control your attention or you can lose it. There is no middle ground anymore. What other people post is not in your control. What strangers comment is not in your control. What the algorithm shows you is not in your control. What you open, how long you stay, what you let in, what you let define you, that is in your control. That is the only territory worth defending. Marcus had advisors, generals, senators, citizens, and enemies all demanding his mind. He still found stillness. He found it by ruthless selection. Imagine him in 2026. He receives a phone. He sees the feed. He observes his own mind being yanked in 17 directions in 30 seconds. He would not write an angry post. He would not lecture anyone. He would quietly delete the apps and return to his journal. Because the Stoic answer is never loud. It is surgical. Remove the input that disturbs the ruling faculty. Protect the citadel. Seneca wrote something even more cutting in his letters. He said we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Social media is a factory of imagined suffering. You imagine your old classmate is happier than you. You imagine your coworker is more successful. You imagine you are falling behind invisible runners. None of it is real. All of it is curated. You are comparing your raw footage to their highlight reel and calling that comparison truth. Now imagine applying one Stoic rule tomorrow morning. Before you open any app, ask one question. Is this within my control or not? If a stranger's opinion appears, it is not in your control. Release it. If your own focus appears, it is in your control. Direct it. This single question, asked 100 times a day, rebuilds the inner citadel brick by brick. It is the work of a lifetime, done in moments. Marcus did this every morning. He wrote to himself, "Today I will meet meddlers, ingrates, liars, and the envious." He prepared his mind in advance. This practice is called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of difficulties. You picture the noise before it arrives so it cannot ambush you. In modern terms, you decide who you will be before you touch the phone. You set the temperature of your mind before others try to set it for you. Without this, you are a thermostat reacting to every room you enter. With this, you are the room itself. You set the weather. This is the shift Marcus would beg you to make. Stop being a mirror for strangers. Start being a source for yourself. Here is the practical method. Tonight, move every social app off your home screen. Replace the front page with a blank screen or a single quote. Tomorrow morning, do not touch your phone for the first 30 minutes. In that window, write 3 sentences about who you want to be today. When you do open the apps, set a timer for 10 minutes. When it ends, you end. Not when the feed decides, when you decide. Throughout the day, every time you feel the pull to scroll, pause and breathe. Ask, is this within my control? Then choose your next move. This is not digital detox. This is digital sovereignty. You are not running from the world. You are choosing your relationship to it. Comment 1 word below if you have felt this invisible pull. Just 1 word, citadel. It marks the moment you decided to take your mind back. Share which platform steals the most of your peace. Your comment may help another tired adult find their way back to themselves. Now return with me to the deeper layer. Because most people who try this fail within 3 days. There is a reason, and the Stoics named it. The reason is that the mind, when deprived of constant input, panics. It feels boredom and mistakes it for emptiness. It runs back to the noise. Marcus would tell you boredom is not your enemy. Boredom is the doorway to your own thoughts. Most adults have not met their own thoughts in years. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Mastery begins in silence. Silence is where the ruling faculty wakes up again. The first 3 days will feel uncomfortable. Your thumb will twitch. Your eyes will search for a screen. This is withdrawal, not weakness. By day 7, something shifts. You start to hear your own voice again. The voice that was buried under 10,000 strangers begins to speak. By day 30, your nervous system resets. You sleep deeper. You react slower. You choose more. You feel like a human again, not a node. Apply this at work tomorrow. When a difficult email arrives, do not reply in the moment. Close the screen. Breathe. Return when you choose to. Apply this in relationships. When your partner says something that stings, do not fire back. Pause. Ask what is in your control here. Then speak. Apply this when anxiety rises. Notice the source. If the source is a feed or a comment, it is outside your citadel. Close the door. Apply this when anger flares. Marcus wrote that the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. The best response is to remain yourself. This is the secret level of Stoic practice. You are not trying to win the outside world. You are trying to remain unconquered within. The unconquered mind is rare in 2026. Almost everyone has surrendered some part of their attention to systems that do not love them. But you can take it back, not by deleting everything forever, by choosing what enters and what does not, by becoming the gatekeeper. This is what Marcus called living according to nature. Your nature is reason. Your nature is choice. Your nature is sovereignty over your own mind. When you scroll mindlessly, you live against your nature. When you choose deliberately, you live according to it. Peace follows. The universal truth is simple. You cannot control the noise of the world. You can only control the door of your mind. That door is yours. Marcus would not lecture us about social media. He would model the alternative. A quiet morning, a clear journal, a focused day. 2,000 years from now, no one will remember your scroll history. They will remember whether you became someone real or stayed a reflection. So here is your direct challenge. For the next 7 days, follow 1 rule. No phone in the first 30 minutes of the day. In that window, write 3 lines. 1 thing you can control today. 1 thing you cannot. 1 thing you choose to focus on. Do this for 7 days and watch what happens to your mind. The noise will not stop, but your relationship to it will completely change. You will start to feel something ancient inside you. Wake up, the ruling faculty, the inner citadel, the part of you that no algorithm can reach. That part has been waiting. It has been patient. It has been quiet under the noise. It is still there, and it remembers who you are. If this resonated, comment the word citadel below. Subscribe to Stoic Mind Reset for more ancient tools for the modern mind. Share this video with 1 person who needs to hear it. Someone tired, someone scrolling, someone ready to come home to themselves. Remember this. Marcus Aurelius did not need social media to be remembered. He needed silence to become someone worth remembering. You do not need the feed to matter. You need your own mind, quiet, trained, sovereign, awake, built one stoic choice at a time. The unbreakable mind is not born, it is built. One deleted app, one quiet morning, one chosen thought at a time. Welcome to the path. For the next 7 days, do not touch your phone for the first 30 minutes after waking. In that window, write 3 sentences. One thing you can control today, one thing you cannot, and one thing you choose to focus on. This single practice rebuilds the inner citadel and restores sovereignty over your attention.